Alright, so let's go through the answers to the work that you've done for April 16th, 6.5, part 2. Alright, the review is from what we did the other day. It's taking these and simplifying these. So remember our important square roots. 5 square root of 9 times the square root of 6. 5 times 3 times the square root of 6. 15 times the square root of 6. Okay, make sure we're multiplying on those. Square root of 75, root of 75, x to the 4th, root of 25 times square root of 3. And again, we're dealing with squared. So what's squared is 4x squared. So 5 times the square root of 3 times x squared. 5x squared times the square root of 3. And that's our answer for number 2 on the review section. Number 3. Square root of 36 over 125. Square root of 36 over square root of 125. We can do that. That's going to give you 6. And then square root of 125 is, what's our perfect square? Square root of 25 times 5. So 125, we can break it to that. And that becomes 5 root 5. And there's our answer for that one. And then for number 4, square root of a to the 6th, b to the 3rd, all over 100. Square root of a to the 6th times b square root of b to the 3rd, all over 10. I'll just simplify that one right away. Square root of a to the 6th. What squared is a to the 6th? How about a to the 3rd? Hopefully you can see that. A to the 3rd times. Okay, here's the tricky one. What squared is b to the 3rd? Well, b squared and then times b. This is really important right here. I can't stress this enough to be able to make that change right there. Okay, and that's all over 10. So then we get a to the 3rd, b squared, sorry, just b, times the square root of b, all over 10. A to the 3rd is what we square to get a to the 6th. B is what we square to get b squared, and then there's that kind of loose root b right there. So there's number 4. Okay. Let's go through the problems that we have. Number 5. Hopefully, I'm really hoping that you saw what is, I don't want to say, it's not tricky, it's just unique on number 5. Okay, 3 square root of 2 stays there, is there, plus square root of 25 times the square root of 2. Okay, so there's that one. Then there's minus 4 times the square root of 4 times the square root of 2. Square root of 8 becomes that. 50 is that, and this stays. So 3 square root of 2 plus 5 square root of 2 minus 4. What's the square root of 4 times 2 square root of 2? Add these together. Multiply that. And our answer is 0. So I'm not sure if you got the 0 on that. Hopefully you did. Number 6. Square root of 20 plus square root of 125 minus square root of 45. Okay, again, it doesn't look like you can add or subtract them. They are all different roots. Remember, you need to have common roots to add, but we can then go, okay, well, square root of 4 is our perfect one, plus square root of 25. What times 25 is that? Oh, so that can be broken down. So we can break all these down so that they all have this root 5 right there. Square root of 4 is 2 root 5 plus 5 root 5 minus 3 root 5 and there's that. Okay? So, number 6 is done. Number 7. Six square root of 20 plus 8 square root of 5. 6. Okay, where's our perfect square? 4. 4 times the square root of 5 plus 8 square root of 5. Square root of 4 is 2. So 12 root 5 plus 8 root 5, 20 square root of 5 for number 7. All right, 2 more to go. And these are multiplications. Three square root of 15 times 4 times square root of 45. Folks, you could do, well, you got to do 3 times 4 and get 12, your outsides. You can do square root of 15 times the square root of 45 and get a large number. But here's kind of this one big trick. It's all under here. So break it down. 15 is 3 times 5. 45 is 9 times 5. And it's really helpful. This is kind of an important, again, I'm going to star this, because it's going to help you as you break it down. 15 times 45 gives you a much larger number that you then eventually have to break down anyway. So 12 times, 5 squared is 25 and 9. So you've got this and you've got this that you can then take out, right? 5 times 5 is 25. The square root of that is 5, so take that out. The square root of 9 is 3, so take that out right there. And what are we left with? We're just left with that square root of 3 right there. 12 times 5 is 60. 60 times 3 is 180 times the square root of 3. Okay, so that's my tip on this. If you needed some help on that, for that. So hopefully that didn't mess you up. You don't need to do that quite as much on the next one. You don't need to do it at all because it's variables for the last one. Okay, so there's number 9. We get 12 again when we multiply here. What's underneath? Well, we get 24. 3 times 8 is 24. X to the third times x to the third is x to the 6th. Y to the 5th times y to the 1 is y to the 6th. (24) is square root of 4 times 6. We're looking for our perfect squares again, right? And what squared will give us 6 x to the third, then y to the third, because they're both 6. So what do we got? 12. What's the square root of 4? 2. We still have the square root of 6, and then x to the third times y to the third, and that's our answer. We just got to collect the like terms. 24 x to the third, y to the third, square root of 6. All right? That's kind of a longer one. You're not going to see a lot of those, but it's really, you should be able to get that. It's just got longer length to the problem. All right? Elijah, this one's for you. I just had a little snack before I did this. I had a good Tootsie Roll, one of my favorite little candies to have. I don't like a lot of candy, but Tootsie Rolls are pretty good. Elijah, that's for you. Hope things are well, and shoot me a question if any of these were confusing or you need some help.